Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So let me show you guys how I was able to catch this 1 to 5 to just slightly below 1 to 5 1 to 6 risk to reward trade. So this was the trade that I took last week. Today is on 6 that I'm recording this video. So this was the trade, and this is how it moved. It moved very sharp like this. As you can see, it nearly took me out for a break even, for a loss. But eventually it pumped down into my take profit like this. As you can see, the trade I took in real time, and it went for the needed 1 to 6 risk to reward. This was 1 to 6, nearly 1 to 7, but I took it at around 1 to 5.6 thereabout. So let me break down how I got this entry and the strategy that I'm using, which if you want, it is very free and it is in the checklist. I have a checklist for it. As you can see, if you check here, I have Asian session sweep checklist, and then I have London session sweep checklist, and it works on the pairs you are seeing on your screen. That is the only pair I trade currently. So the strategy is very simple. It is Asian session sweep or London session sweep with higher time frame momentum. That is all I trade and nothing more. So we sweep Asia or we sweep London, and then you take your trade. So in this case, as you can see, there was a sweep of London and I took the trade. Now there was also sweep over Asia. I took the trade and lost. So the trade I'm talking about is here. You can see this was on a fast, and this is how the trade played out. This one was in real time before. This is on 1st May. Here is where I share my trade. Just come join. The link is in the description. After you join, and then you inbox me, and then I'll send you the checklist. So like I said here, GU 5R done for the day, guys. Now I share here my daily bias every day, so you don't need to worry about the daily bias and higher time frame. I share every day. That is, I am bullish on DAX. I've already broken this trade. If you've watched it, and then I've also now currently I'm breaking down the sells bearish on GU and EU. So I took GU sells, and then I also took EU sells, and in different account. I don't mix them so that I can have proper risk management. So I took that, and I did not mix them up. You must have a good risk management, guys. So I give my daily biases every single day, so you don't worry about my daily biases. So this was the trade eventually. This one was the GU trade. As you can see here, it netted me around $300, risking about $60. You can see it was less than $60 actually. And that was a trade. I've already broken this trade here that went out a break even, and then eventually went for more than 14R. So I give trades every day, like this one here that I gave here. This one I'm also going to break down so you can see it. So actually, let me show you something here a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So I give my daily predictions every day. So like today, the EU and GU cells invalidated. EU cells was invalidated, but I clearly give here. So morning, guys, my trade outlook. So DAX buy after Asian sessions low raid. So we are already in this trade. It is running in profit. It's running, actually, for some it's running. Those who took it on 15 minutes is running on uh, on more than 1 to 4 currently. Then GU cells. So these GU and EU cells were all invalidated. The checklist is very clear. We'll show you how to invalidate these trades, and then the DAX trade is what we got and is currently running into profit. So if you are serious, you will join this group here, group of winners only, and we are a family here. And we help each other and we talk daily. So like the trade I'm talking about that we found, I'm already, this one was when I just started moving into profit. It was a German 30, and then therefore my sister call who took it on the low of it, and is currently running somewhere around this zone. So I don't know what is her take profit. I normally just take 1 to 4. So if you want to join this group, it's free. I don't have a mentorship. I just help people who are serious, because I wish I got such help, and I've been doing that for nearly now 1.5 years. So you can join. If you are not serious, we will remove you anyway, so don't worry. We only need serious people. So I always wait for 50. I always in 15 minutes or 30 minutes, regardless, it doesn't matter. 30 minutes is work, 15 minutes it still works. So when market is like this and the momentum is as you can see on the bearish side, so I just wake up in the morning and know that I need Asian high sweep, and then I'll take my entry. So that is in the checklist clearly written there, and then I'll wait. So as you can see, low was taken. I'm not interested in the buys, so I don't just take any sweep. So London opens, resweeps it again, and then comes there. So it takes that high, and then 15 minutes closes bullish, as you can see, bearish. When 15 minutes close bearish, according to the checklist, you shift to 15 minutes to 1 minute to confirm if you got your change of character in 1 minute, and then you take the trade. Like in this case, as you can see clearly that we have a change of character here. This is the last low that caused the above break. So this is the change of character in 1 minute. So why am I saying so is because this was the move, and then this is the down move, and then this is the last move, and then this is the intermediate move. So you can always wait for this one here, and then you take your entry on the retest of this particular breaker block. So this was the move. So since this one, let me zoom in so that I can confirm what I did. So you can see they are equal. Equal means they are in the same height, so that means that this low here is the one that caused this break of structure, and therefore this would be the change of character. So this low is this high here. Where is its low? If you trace it, this that caused this break of structure in 1 minute, the low, if you trace it, since they are equal with this one, they are the same. So this was the low, then this one was the this one was the high, this was the low, this one was another high. If they are equal, it is okay. So this is the last low, and that is why it was protected by this. And then we had a break of structure, and then a change of character. So market execution, and then you target the lows. So I took my entry at the retest of that. Stop loss just about here for 8 pips. You give it some room to breathe. I just like it at 12 for this pair. Then I targeted the Asian low. Sometimes they work directly without even thinking so much. It would have worked directly. I would have taken like a 1 to 5. I don't need to take 1 to 6. Now you are being greedy, and the market is not your parent. So just take what you can chew. So with that, that is how the trade moved. So the trade, that is how the trade moves. So it came to about taking me out, so it's okay. The high is protected, so I was not worried so much. And even if it took me out, I would have still regained my entry, so there's no problem. Always expect a pullback. If we have fair value gaps around your entry, always expect a pullback. So as you can see, the market came back, and this was less than a 1 to 2, so I couldn't go break even, and finally it took me out, and it was okay. So after taking me out, you reposition and shift back to 15 minutes or 30 minutes. You are allowed. You shift back to 15 minutes or 30 minutes so that you can look for your re-entry. So the re-entry came about on another 15 minutes that I took. This thing is hanging a little bit, so you just have to bear with me. So 15 minutes, you can see that we got here 15 minutes close, but now I wanted just a sweep of this section here to build more liquidity. So we got that when this one shifted, took the high of London, so we added more liquidity. That is checklist number 2. According to the checklist, now we don't use the Asian session sweep. We now use the London session sweep. So that is how simple it is. So the same thing applies. You wait for 15 minutes to close bearish. When 15 minutes close bearish like this, you wait, you shift to 15 minutes, you shift 1 minute. Actually, before it closes, you shift 1 minute to confirm that you already have a change of character. So as you can see, this one was the low, and this one that caused the break of this structure, and therefore a reversal into it is what is called a change of character. The rest is noise. Like if you took your change of character here, this is ICHOC, internal change of character, which is can just be a liquidity sweep or an inducement sweep. So you don't take that on an IDM. This could just be an indication of a liquidity sweep, and then the market continues because this low is the one that is protected. As you can see here, we had a break of structure here. break of structure somewhere here. Then this was just internal liquidity sweep. Then we got another break of structure after that. Again, after this break of structure, so this should not be liquidity, as you can see. So eventually it was a change of character, and when you get a change of character, you take it at the retest of the change of character. So this would have been how many? This would have been about 14, about 8 pip stop loss that I took it on. So it didn't even tag me immediately. It is news that pushed me in. News is the one that pushed me in. I thought I'd missed the trade, but news eventually came to my aid. When news opened, actually I even trade news, only that if I'm in profit I don't trade news. Like in my trade breakdown, the next trade breakdown of this same thing, this was on Thursday. On Friday I equally got a good trade, 2 positions on GU and EU. One was a loss, one was a take profit. Actually both of them were a loss, or take profits eventually for more than 3 risk to reward, which is my lowest. But I didn't take them because I was only breaking them down as time progressed, because I was I don't trade news when I'm in profit, but the strategy allows you to trade news, so there's no problem. I just didn't trade it because I'd already made a lot of money from this trade here. So you can see it is news that tagged me in. This was news that tagged me in, and therefore if there was no news I wouldn't have been tagged in. So basically this is where my entry was triggered. That is where my entry was triggered, and then straight away it started moving to my take profit, and then it moved all the way to my take profit. So I'm breaking down this trade so that you can see how to use the 15 minutes. So after this I will stop breaking down the 15 minutes entry and start breaking down the 30 minutes entry, like the one I took today on DAX, because I trade only 3 pairs, German DAX. I also trade GU and EU only in different accounts. I have to make sure that I'm subsidizing my accounts well. I don't want to be ridiculous. So this is where I think I took my profit at around this zone here, and the market went all the way, as you can see. Just lower this a little bit. Yes, so this is where I took my entry at around 5.7 risk to reward. So I couldn't go beyond that point because now I'm being greedy and this market is not my father's. So that is how the trade moved. If you wanted to take 1 to 7, 1 to 6, it came there about. So this should have been your final take profit at the opposing liquidity. Now this trade was a very good one. So if you want to get such entries, do let me know. My inbox is free and there is nothing I am charging currently.